welcome to Knuckles and Knowledge podcast. Got my co-host with me, Darren and JP. I don't know why they're actually here for, just making us look good.
Tagging along.
And first guest this week is a MMA striker, very dynamic, one of the best guys in the UK. So MVP wasn't available, so we've got Hughes.
Yes, key.
Yes, lad. So I was surprised actually because I looked at your record, 11-2.
Yeah.
Pretty decent.
9 finishes.
9 finishes.
Don't forget that.
Actually, it was 5 KOs I've got here.
Yeah.
And 4 submissions. How the fuck did you submit? Seriously?
Hey, you said it.
How?
I'm not just a striker.
Well, 4 rear naked chokes.
In a row as well.
I know.
Every fight.
And what, 6 in the first round? Nice. Very good. So tell me, how did you get started?
Started off kickboxing. It went out to tell a lie. Started off karate.
Yeah.
My granddad had his own gym. And my uncle trained under him. So as soon as I was born, pretty much, I was thrown into the gym with them. Probably started myself at about 3.
How could you start at 3?
Because I was in and out.
Holding on to your baby, just kicking shit.
No, I was literally I'd join into a class, but do half of it, and then run around on the side.
Back then.
Yeah, I was lazy back then. Then my granddad basically gave me a kick up the arse one day and was like, "Are you doing this or not?" And I probably started properly when I was 4. From there, I haven't stopped since, mate. Started fighting when I was 5. Won my first British title at 8.
So that would have made you, what, 40?
Not far.
Nice. So last fight, really impressive actually. Good knockout against a real game opponent, like Franco, I think his name is.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and all that. But softened him up with the leg kicks and stuff like that. Hit him with a beautiful
right hand.
I know,
Lovely,
nice.
yeah.
I felt sorry for that guy.
Well, everywhere.
Did he wake
I
up
think
yet?
everyone did, to be honest.
Yeah, did he wake up yet?
No, he woke up, mate. He was out for about 5 minutes. Honest, he didn't move for about 5 minutes.
Do you know, things like
Crazy,
that,
yeah.
do you start thinking, is he in a bad way or
Yeah,
do you
well,
just
I didn't know at first. I was obviously screaming around
doing
the
what
cage,
you're doing? Yeah.
enjoying my
In
moments.
the moment.
And I think I walked back round to where Jason and that are, and the cameraman went, "He calmed down. He's still not awake." And then they all kind of said, "Sit down. He's not up yet." So then it's okay, when you see medics and that giving him oxygen and all that type of stuff, you're a bit okay, this is a bit rough, but I knew he was going to be all right.
Yeah.
What's going through your head then when you're
So what? Nah, not even thinking of words. To be honest, I don't know, I don't think I had anything in my mind, just I hope he's all right type thing.
Yeah.
But,
I think you have to be like that though, don't you? You can't be obviously before a fight, you're not bothered what happens. After a fight, I still think if you start going a bit soft or whatever, it could go against you sort of thing. And if you start thinking about how are people gonna recover or about hurting people, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, to be honest, that was probably one of the biggest turning points for me since turning pro, to be honest. Kind of having that mentality.
Yeah.
Because you need it.
Yeah.
Because I say it to the lads in here, if I'm fighting someone and my mentality is I'm willing to either kill him or willing to die,
Yeah.
I'm going to go places further than him in the fight. You know what I mean?
I'm just thinking about Rory McDonald when he was in the UFC and he started talking about I don't like hurting people and stuff like that. Straight away you're thinking, well, you shouldn't really be doing what you're doing.
Well, exactly.
You know what I mean?
It is that thing of if he's not willing to hurt someone, the person he's fighting is willing to hurt him.
Yeah.
I think the person who's willing to kill someone or die in there is always going to go further.
a bit dark, innit?
I was just...
Yeah, maybe a light-hearted podcast. Dying, killing people. Never signed up
The
for
mentality, you got it.
Jesus Christ.
That's why you stick to jiu-jitsu, innit?
Yeah.
Hey, don't even go there. Don't even go there with me. Man.
You retired at 4 and
Don't
1.
even go there, man. I'll walk you around this cage, mate. Okay.
Mate.
So before this one, you got to the final of the PFL tournament
Yeah.
and all that. What was it like, that event? Because it was a big event. You're in Paris?
Lyon.
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 I think. French. Stuff like that. Talk us through that week. Preparation, leading up, going into that big fight, having 100k on the line.
Yeah, the build up, like the camp and that was good, to be honest. I felt like I did a lot more stuff in that camp than I have done for any other camp until the last one.
So what sort of stuff?
I brought in different sparring partners. I'd set days, like we came in on a Friday instead of a Saturday, instead of doing like team sparring. We had like specific bodies coming on a Friday. It was a bit more like a fight scenario, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But I think I just upped my game a little bit. But the whole tournament last year, was just like injury fucking prevention, basically.
Yeah.
I don't think I got through one camp without having to take like 2 weeks off midway through.
Is it?
You had a sequence of fights off the back of each other, didn't you, as well? You weren't given much time.
No, I had
recover.
Paris, and then I had 6 months. But then it was September, December, straight away. But from Paris, in Paris, 2 weeks out, my back went. Couldn't walk for 3 days. So I was sparring in here. I'd just done pads at the Rotunda. Came in, sparring.
Rotunda is, who's gym?
Joe McNally's and Deco Rocks.
Nice. They've got some fights out there, haven't they?
Yeah, really good fighters. Got Tills there.
Till.
Yeah.
Davin Till, if you're watching, we're on your next level.
Joe's taking
Clean up,
Joe's
actually.
doing jits privates with him.
Yeah.
His lad was saying so.
Joe, well, his lad's still here, isn't he?
Yeah, doing really well. Got his grey belt, didn't he?
But done pads there, came in, sparred. And I think first round, I threw a kick and my back just eased up.
That's all they need, mate.
Yeah, no. Well, I'll tell like, I done my first round, I was fine. And I said to Nick, I'm flat here, I feel it.
But the Nick said just take some more creatine.
Well,
take some more.
no, Nick went, well, this could happen in the fight.
Yeah,
He was like, so let's get through it.
it's good.
So I was like, all right, sound, yeah. Second round, threw a kick, back went. Turned to Nick at the end, done the round, finished it, turned to Nick and was like, my back's gone here. And as soon as I said that, it just went boom. And I just stiffened up. Couldn't move, couldn't walk.
That fight week then, you're going in there, what, 90%?
For Jakob,
Yeah.
this was for Paris, this was for the fight before, but for Jakob, no, it was probably more. For Jakob, probably more.
So I just stay focused, 'cause obviously you're going in there, you're beat up, got fight week, you got media, talking to people like us. I just stay focused.
It's a lot, to be honest, because obviously that was my first title fight as a pro. And like, there's a lot of media with PFL, a lot of media. So there's cameras and photographers in your face 24/7. It was a lot, to be honest. It was like they brought us out there the next day. Everything was a bit chaotic in the terms of like, they want you doing this, they want you doing that. I think I had a face off with Jakob every day.
It's a bit weird, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Get in front of somebody.
Yeah.
You're not like trying to like give him a kiss or something, yeah?
Well, he fucking did after the fight, didn't he?
Oh, you're a good looking guy. You got your new turkey teeth in there as well, lads.
Not from Turkey, by the way. D the dentist, he's on the floor.
Yeah.
You are.
Got to give D his shine.
I know.
Yeah.
Don't be discrediting the teeth, lad.
I'm just saying, you know, you're defending really hard there, aren't you? Man?
No, but look, I'm not going to make excuses for the Jakob fight. I came in as well prepared as I should have came in.
Yeah.
The fight got lost through decision making.
Yeah, because I watched the fight. I'm sure we all watched the fight as well. First couple of rounds, you had him.
Smoked him.
You had him. But I'm going to give him a lot of credit because he adjusted. And it's really, really difficult to adjust during the fight. And obviously went down, grappling, and just wore you down, like wore you down and stuff like that. And no matter how much like conditioning you can do, how much like grappling you do, that is,
Yeah.
you know, can be.
Yeah. He done a real good job of like, once he got me on my back,
Yeah.
just keeping me in a cycle of like, anytime I build base, he'd just pull me wrist in and turn me and like, I was just constantly in a thing of building base, getting broken back down, trying to build base again, broke back down.
It can be exhausting.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, not before that, mate. No, hitting with that uppercut.
Yeah.
You think, oh, he's down. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
because
okay,
you know what, right? So the year before he fought John Mitchell, and John Mitchell ate him and done the same thing, blew his load, then gets hit and gets finished.
Most people get the 100k, then blow you load.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
So we was like going into that. We was like, if you hit him, get him back up. Don't rush nothing. So in the first round, I hit him with a check hook and drop him, but I don't chase him. The second one in the second round, I hit him with that uppercut, and as I hit him with it, he drops, and his eyes, I'm over there, and he's like looking for me over here, and I was just like, he's done. He can't find me. He's finished. Jumped on him. Mate, he's tough as fuck.
Yeah.
He's tough.
But that takes something out of you as well, because obviously you think, it's done it,
Yeah.
and then he's still there.
Yeah, he's still there. He was like, he just didn't go to sleep, mate. He just didn't want to go to sleep. But then I've carried on, I've kept a tight waist and just thought, because I can hear the ref shouting him, Jakob move, Jason shouting, it's done. So I'm like, this is over, I've just got to keep going, it's over.
Yeah.
And then he starts to get up and I take us back and I just don't have it. And then like he just turns on top of me and I'm like, oh my God, still got 2 minutes left here. And me battery had died. I think I got like adrenaline dump. I just used all my energy trying to kill him. And now I've got another 3 rounds to do with him. I've basically got a fresh fight with him, you know what I mean? But learning, man.
Yeah, see.
I know like a little bit about jiu-jitsu, and when you took from the back, I was like,
Yeah, mate, I should have just went. I should have just stood him up. As soon as I dropped him, should have just told him to get back up. Because I'd have clipped him again.
Yeah.
But, lessons, eh?
it is what it is, isn't it?
It is what it is, lad.
Go again.
Got taxed 90 grand for that lesson.
But on the flip side though, and this is why I want to go back to that fight, is that fight, massive learning curve, you know, learn
Yeah.
about yourself and stuff like that, went through the whole experience, to your next fight where you're absolutely spectacular. In that interim period, how do you get from there to there? Mentally, physically, emotionally,
Mate,
that bit there.
Mate.
You look great in that. And even I would say, do you know what? Fucking hell.
You don't really stop though, do you? You kind
nah,
of...
I don't stop. But the thing is like, mate, I didn't just lose that fight, I lost everything after it. Lost sponsors, came home to no car, ended up splitting up with my missus. Had a whole thing with that. So I lost a lot. Obviously the money situation as well. Like you know it. I've been in here broke for the last 10 years trying to make it. Now I'm making money, but 100 grand was life changing.
Yeah.
And then for it to just go, gone,
Yeah.
when I was like that close,
Yeah.
it was a loss. So obviously that plays with your head.
No doubt, yeah.
Going through all the personal stuff as well. But I honestly think all of that made me just go, fuck this, boom. And I just switched onto it. The camp I had was the best camp I've ever had.
What do you do differently?
Do you know what? I think more so than anything, I caught this before, off camera.
That's it good, did you?
I know. No, let it go and everything.
Was that his brother or something? Here now.
Yeah, no, difference in that camp, I think more so I was just more dialed in, more than anything. Same again, we brought more bodies in. We brought a new coach in, Rob.
Oh, yeah.
Really good striking coach. He was getting us sparring partners like Alfie Pono, who fights for 1 championship. We had Regan's brother, who's like 6-time ABA boxing champion, southpaw. Done a lot of work with them. But like, I was just more focused.
Sorry, Conor, but I remember you saying something about reducing your weight later. You were staying bigger for longer, essentially, not
Yeah,
restricting yourself too much for...
So I only got down to like the start of fight week, I was like 79 kg, 78 and a half to 79 kg. Whereas usually I'm like 77 and I feel like I deplete myself a bit too much, you know what I mean? But we didn't up the intensity for this one till about 4 weeks out. So for the first 4, usually I go hard 8 weeks, but then I'm like peaking 3 weeks out and I've got to slow back down and everything else. Whereas I spoke to Aby, Aaron Aby, and he was like, mate, you're in the gym all year round. He was like, you don't peak in 8 weeks. He said, you peak in 3 to 4. So we took that approach, and like from 8 weeks to 4 weeks was a lot of game planning, scenarios, adding like certain things. And then 4 weeks, it was like, right, win. Like when you come in here, you win your round, you're up the intensity, you're putting it on people basically.
Yeah.
And mate, that was the best I felt. I was doing more running, more sprints. I think I was doing like 2 10Ks a week, 2 sprints a week, as well as me training in here, me S&C. Don't tell Nick that, he's gonna know now.
Okay, Nick's not gonna watch it, are you, Nick?
Yeah, and just upped everything, but it was definitely the mindset, I think. Just dialed in, no outside distractions, no like...
Do you think because you were saying before, as well, like you lost sponsors, you lost people in your personal life or whatever, that was sort of like nowhere else to go sort of thing, but
Yeah.
forward, you know what
Yeah,
I mean?
a bit of a bitter one as well, to be honest.
Yeah.
I can be quite like...
I did notice that because maybe it's just me, but there was a lot more baby oil on your body when you're posting on Instagram. You know what I mean? I was like,
That's just sweat, that lad.
who's that for?
No, that's
Not
just...
for me.
Did you
You
hear
know, I don't
that?
want to see that. You know.
Did you hear Dan Hardy going on about me sweating in the fight?
I know, it looks like fucking baby oil.
I know he's going, the other guy's not sweating. I'm like, nice one, Dan.
What have you been up to, eh? You did look great, don't get me wrong. You
I
know?
was in great shape, lad.
Oh,
I was in great shape.
You know, you look like...
I'm getting people calling me
shape
juicehead
me.
now. Out of shape,
Ah,
yeah.
shape me, that's what you look
You had someone asking you, didn't you?
I've had multiple people asking me if I'm on the juice now. I don't know what that's about, like, but...
Did they test in the PFL? Sure.
Yeah, well,
Well,
wow.
funny enough, funny enough,
dun, dun.
Connor Hughes.
funny enough, the 2 fights last year where I obviously fought juiceheads, I didn't get tested.
Didn't?
No, but I did for this one.
Yeah.
So I hope to keep it in. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, defo like losing sponsors, losing people.
Yeah.
It's a bit
What
like,
happened, like, did they just say, because you lost, that was it? It was basic.
just so I've got a car sponsor now. This is a different firm.
What we called?
Perry's Kia in Burnley. They sponsor me.
I'm a Blackburn fan, so we don't like Perry's Kia.
Yeah, so they sort me out with a car.
Car?
Yeah, I get a free car, free Kia.
You
Uh,
want to sponsor this podcast?
I get to change my car every 6 months as well. So it's a
Nice.
sound. But the ones I was with before, it was with Nissan. Not Nissan, a group, but
Yeah.
he gave me a Nissan.
We can delete them out.
Yeah. And by the time I came home, mate, so whilst I was over in Lyon, before I even got home, so this is in between losing and getting home, bearing in mind, I fly home the next day,
Yeah.
my car was gone. Came home, my car was gone.
Just turned up to the house and took it.
Yeah, and then no contact then.
Mad that.
Same with other sponsors, just not necessarily like, oh no, we can't, like literally like no contact.
Yeah.
Didn't hear from them. So
Scandalous, isn't it?
yeah, so then I was a bit like, fuck you, you
Okay
know what I
then,
mean?
yeah,
And I think,
yeah,
and
yeah.
again, I can be like that. I'm like, you like doubt me in any way, or like I take it personal.
But then you got a new car, put the baby oil back on.
Yeah.
And you posted the car like that.
And mate, since then, everything's just went, wow. You know what I mean? So I can't grumble,
complain.
mate. Silver lining.
So what's next then, Connor?
So I'm actually going on holiday. I haven't been away in like 10 years.
Deservedly so, yeah.
I'm going to mate's got a villa in Marbella. I'm gonna go over there for like 5
New
days.
car, in my face.
Works hard, doesn't he?
Only 5 days, lad. Only 5 days.
Can't handle much more, me.
You're invite. I'll be last 2 minutes together. I'm gonna go away and I'll come back. And then it's basically not camp straight away, but I'm waiting on PFL to announce the semi-finals.
Yeah.
September. I've heard it could be Spain. I've heard it could be Manchester.
Big difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
Spain, you know, Manchester.
Uh,
Sun,
Spain would be nice, obviously, because it's
Madrid,
Spain.
United.
That's what I was about to ask you then. In terms of it being, you know, your preparation, would you much rather be fighting on home soil and going abroad? Although there's an experience to be had in different like arenas and what have you, you know,
Yeah.
new environments. But in terms of prep and feeling, you know,
Yeah,
ready to
like,
go.
The away days, the away fights are always good because it's an experience, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? You're going to a different country.
That's what we love about like the jits, going away
Yeah,
with
yeah.
jiu-jitsu, the experience.
It is that, innit? It's like just a whole different feeling, I think, a whole
Exactly.
different buzz than like doing a comp in Manny or London or whatever,
That's
you know
it.
what I mean?
Like,
But Spain would be nice, and obviously the guy I'm fighting is from Spain,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's enemy territory type thing.
That's it.
But I think after a knockout like that, my stocks have gone up. People are talking about me.
you talking about it?
Shut up, you lad.
He's talking about
I'm having a conversation with JP.
Yeah, I asked the question.
Yeah, so I think after a knockout like that, people talking and that. I'll get a big crowd over in Manchester,
Definitely, yeah.
get another big performance, and I just think it blows up again. So for this, I would like Manchester. But if it's in Spain, whatever.
Yeah.
But I just think it'll do me favours in Manchester.
Yeah, I think just sometimes like the travelling, even as nominal as it might be, an hour or so, or whatever, 2 hours, still airports, altitude,
That's it.
dehydration,
Yeah.
it all contributes to towards you being the peak version. Whereas if you've got to just jump in the car, go down the
Exactly.
road 40 minutes, it's
Yeah,
happy
yeah.
days, isn't it?
Exactly. Plus
So
you
that
just
could
get
be
more.
the benefit of your doing well. You know what I mean? That you can have that pull to say, well,
Yeah, exactly. Because
My
it
home
doesn't,
territory.
like, it doesn't, all people, like a lot of the time we're fighting abroad, some people can't go because they can't afford to go. But with Manchester, you
yeah,
literally just need to buy the ticket. You can
That's it.
drive there and back, can't you? Do you know what I mean? So,
If you're fighting in Manchester, I would definitely go.
oh,
Yeah.
we'd all go, wouldn't we?
are you sure? I don't
Got a
even reckon
free
you go at
ticket.
Liverpool.
No, not for you. If I got a free ticket, I might consider it. Might.
I remember this. Next time you want me to help out with your coaching,
What coach is that?
what coaching? Brought me in to the MMA kids coaching, didn't you?
Well, yeah,
Because you know nothing about striking, do you?
just a little bit. So anyway, what's your sort of thoughts on Liverpool at the moment? Because obviously, you know, you've had Jason, Paul Sass in the past, Terry Etam, you know, Mike Grundy, Fish Gold, all sort of like paved the way over the years, and Liverpool, especially Liverpool, has been like a hotbed of sort of MMA. And right now, you know, you've got Paddy doing really well, Molly's doing really well to sort of elevate Liverpool even more, yourself in there as well. What do you think about the scene at the moment in Liverpool?
I do think it's definitely like the biggest amount of talent coming out of Liverpool that there's ever been, hasn't it? Obviously, like you said, you've got all the guys that paved the way. But in terms of like Liverpool MMA being on the map, I think it's at the biggest it's been now. But I do think over the next couple of years, it's just going to get even bigger because like I've only been a pro for nearly 4 years. You've got other pros coming through, you know what I mean? You've got amateurs
Amateurs look good.
that are like, you know what I mean? Like high level amateurs that are about to turn pro.
And there's the kids as well.
And it's the
as you were
kids as
saying
well, like the
before.
kids in this gym. The kids in all the gyms
'Cause
round.
it's not
round
long
Liverpool.
between them, you know, from a 14 to an 18-year-old. It goes quick enough, doesn't
That's
it?
what I mean, and just the amount of people that are doing it, the amount of kids, like I say it to the lads who are on the team now, like we were talking about Riley and that before. Imagine when they come through onto the pro scene and that, you know what I mean, with the years of training and experience
Ridiculous.
that they've already got. Like I remember when I first started talking to like Loz and all that, they didn't even have an amateur scene. They was just like semi-pro and then pro. I was lucky I got the amateur scene, but now you've got these kids who are doing like shows every other weekend.
At 7.
At 7, winning titles and that, and like they're walking into the cage with a strut on them, and it's just,
It's massive.
it's crazy.
It's massive. At the moment, MMA has probably been as big as it's ever been.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, with all these guys, literally Liverpool's not a big place, Liverpool's a small place. If you got round to train with some of these guys and stuff like that, you know, obviously got Paddy Molly and stuff like that as well. You've got Shem. If you had a chance to train with those sort of guys or interact with those sort of guys.
I haven't trained with any of them. I got offered to fight Jim. I said, yeah, the fight didn't happen. But I've trained with Till I went up to the sub-zone in Manchester, and he was there, done a round with him. That was good. Good, mate. You ever been to sub-zone?
It looks good. It looks good on video.
Mate, it's good. It's quality. Yeah. Cam's a really good coach, really nice guy. But mate, we were doing 3 12-minute rounds.
12 minutes.
3 12-minute rounds, right? So it was 2 minutes striking.
That's a long time to run away in it.
Yeah. Mate, we need to get this video of me doing a bit.
Lad, I'm down to put gloves on him.
He's had 2 bevies now. I know this is his second bevy and he's wiped it up already. So you done 2 minutes striking, then a minute and a half bad position, one person in a bad position, the other person on top. Back to 2 minutes striking, back to a bad position, other person on the back. And it was that for 12 minutes. We done 3 of them. So mate, Till was like, this was before he fought boxing, I think.
Yeah.
But he'd left the UFC. He was fucking, mate, he's massive.
He's a gorilla.
He's massive. He was easily like 100 key. You've got to be 100 key at least.
You're weight, didn't you, Darren?
Mate.
Yeah, I think
Mate.
so. I think
Well,
his last
said,
boxing,
"Fuck off, it's not my
no,
weight."
his last boxing fight, I'm sure he was around 94, 95 maybe.
Yeah, and he's cutting there.
Yeah.
He's cutting there, you know
He's a
what I
tall
mean?
lad as well, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like 6'1",
Yeah.
but his fucking shoulders and back are like
Massive.
Yeah.
And he's got turkey teeth as well.
Yeah, he's got the teeth.
It's a staple
I didn't
of
have mine then though, so
Staple of Liverpool, innit?
yeah.
Turkey teeth, skin fade.
You sound jealous, lad. You sound jealous there. Yeah, but no, really good. High level striker, like chess match, very hits hard, kicks hard. Done the typical caught me kick and fucking ran me off the mat. And then like bad positions wise, I got on top first. His knee at the time was still done in. So he'd get up and that mat's massive. It's like that in the summer, dead sweaty.
Yeah.
And he fucking stands up and slides, his knee just falls off. Just ends up doing the splits and that. But he was fine, like he carried on. Then it was his time, my time in a bad position. And mate, he got on top of me, full guard, and was just, couldn't see nothing, I just disappeared. I just looked at him, I was like, this is our last this week. But really good training, really good rounds.
Yeah,
Sound as well, sound.
Yeah.
Brendan was there, Brendan Loughnane. Didn't do a round with him. But yeah, really good, really sound guy. But I think Till is the only like high up scouser who I've seen with who's like fought in UFC and that.
From what you've said and what Nick's told me as well, that having Robin has really benefited you a great deal. And he was in your corner, wasn't he?
He went in my corner, he just went.
Just went with you, yeah.
They only allow you 3 corners.
So obviously Peter, Jason
and Nick. But mate, Rob's been really good. Like, very good details when you're sparring. He's got a good eye for it. He's been doing it for years. He was, I think he was the original ASW striking coach, Darren Morrison. Yeah. So he's, I think he was the Mark Diakese striking coach when he was there. So he's been around the block. He's coached UFC fighters. He's been to UFC events, and he's like done it for years. He comes in, spars with us on a Saturday. But really good, just like he's a southpaw himself. The guy I was fighting was a southpaw. Yeah. So just in terms of details, really helped me with game planning, really helped me with like positioning and just
additional insight.
How to deal with a southpaw a bit better, you know what I mean? And just striking as a whole, I think we've needed that for a while. We've obviously got Peter as well. And he's obviously the head of tying now, but Rob is like MMA striking. And he's like, just came in and had a slightly different approach, you know what I mean? So it's been good. I've enjoyed having him around and he's a sound as well. So,
I feel a bit sorry for him now because there's no southpaws left in this tournament now, is there? What's he going to do?
So he's helped with everything in striking.
Preparation, lads. Preparation, you should know this.
Yeah, he helped with obviously southpaws, but just his details as a whole.
Yeah.
Like, the first time he ever coached us, he does a lot of sparring, tech sparring. And I was sparring Harvey. And I was working me boxing because I know Harvey's not a southpaw, but I was just trying to work, like leading with my backhand more and just changing things slightly, but using my hands more. Rob was onto it straight away and was like, Harvey kick his legs. If he's boxing heavy, his base is wider, so kick his legs. And him just saying that to Harvey, not even coaching me, I was like,
Made you think.
I haven't had that for a while.
Yeah.
And Harvey started catching me with low kicks. So then I had to adjust, which then made Harvey adjust again.
Yeah, counter
But then,
effect.
yeah, and he's giving details to other people whilst they're sparring me, and it's
making you react a
it's
certain
making
way,
me
innit?
react. I've got to change it.
Yeah, I suppose we do a lot of that in jits, really.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
someone's sitting, there's a key sitting, sitting at the side of the mat and you say, JP, do that, and then
making-
I'm
if
going
you're
to
winning,
then
it's
he'll
making
go.
me-
Yeah,
Yeah,
so we
yeah.
do that all
So
the
it's
time,
the, it's
really.
the thing, it's the saying of you're only as good as your team, innit?
Yeah, 100%.
Because like if you're the best in the room, mate, you're in the wrong room, and like, yeah, you are. Yeah, you are, yeah.
That'll be
Wrong
the
room.
day, lad.
Like, talking shit, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be the day.
But yeah, like, it is that, like, them being better, like, any time, even when I'm training with people ask me about striking, and I'm always trying to give me details to people, because it's like, if I just keep them to myself, the team doesn't evolve, which means I don't evolve, you know what I mean? So, no, it's been good. He's been really good. Details and like his drills his drills are basic drills, but I think when you get to a high level of anything, then you forget that it's the basics that get you
what
there.
you're doing, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not the fancy stuff.
I just always think about Roger Gracie with that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like, just that what's seen as, like, I don't even like using the word basic, but simplistic, shall we say, like that jiu-jitsu that takes years to refine, but
Basics win
simple and
fights.
effective.
Is known
Yeah,
for
it's
his
cross-collar and
collar.
so on.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
basics win fights, 100%.
Yeah.
So we talked about you obviously doing a lot of striking, a lot of wrestling. What we haven't spoke about is the elephant in the room. When you're putting your gi on.
Head coach says no, mate.
That's not
Head
happening.
coach says no.
You're doing a half a sport here, isn't it? You know,
Look,
it's meant
The
to
next
mix-
Iron Man.
It's
The
meant
next
to be
Iron
mix-
Man.
Well, you know what, right? You know
You're gonna
what?
mix it up when you're putting the gi on.
Mate, I've actually said a few times, I'll get back in the gi. Because I don't think I've been in a gi since foundation.
What belt are you now?
Other than purple.
Can you tie your belt?
Yeah, well, yeah, but not the jits way, the karate way.
Embarrassing.
But
I was, though, on the side note, serious note, though, I've mentioned to you a couple of times about potential of doing like no-gi Euros or something. That would be something that would
yeah,
align with training and allow you to sort of, have a bit of fun with it, wouldn't it?
I think I'm actually going to go to that this year.
Because last year, your fight was coming up, so neither you.
But
yourself
it'll be
or-
the same this year.
Do you reckon?
That's the thing, yeah, because the final will be December.
Okay.
So that'll work out, like, obviously. Mate, I'm winning it.
Yeah, of course.
I like it.
So October, it's around like the end of October, isn't it?
It's the start of November, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll be fighting
Yeah.
mid-December, I think.
Yeah, we'll find something else at some point.
But
won't we?
no, well, I'm going to go just for the sake of going.
Oh,
obviously.
okay, cool.
Yeah, because it's just
Yeah,
be a
yeah.
laugh.
Oh, we have a ball,
But
yeah.
Jason was like, there's good training there. So I'll go down, I'll just roll with people who are
Yeah,
there.
yeah, brilliant. Oh, that
Like-
would be amazing, man.
You know what I mean? So I'm
Back
going
to
to do that.
last year we go.
Yeah, therefore I'm going to do that.
Oh, that's
But I
close.
would like to compete. I do want to do more jits comps. It's just every
Yeah,
time there's a big
time.
jits comp, I'm always in camp. And Jason's like, nah, because if someone snaps your foot,
Yeah.
you're done.
Yeah, heel
No
hook or
way,
something.
not worth the
But
risk.
the flip side to that is, don't put your foot there.
Well, obviously, mate, yeah.
Easier said than done.
What do you want me to do? Just keep my feet off the mat?
Well, you do a good job when you're spotting your spot, you just run
Yeah.
up, don't you?
Yeah, well,
You
yeah.
just slow wind with your opponents. Come on. Like with Lord Gavison.
Like who?
Lord Gavison, you know.
Hardly Harrison. Lad, come on,
Did you
no.
pull his name from?
Lord Gavison, eh? He just speaks a good game, slow winds with opponents, and then
You need to stop drinking the Desperados, you lot.
can't say Desperados on TV, you know what I mean?
You have to blank it out.
Yeah. So what's
Nice.
next then? What's Conor Hughes post-fighting? Because obviously,
Holidays, camp,
well,
win the fight.
after you finish fighting, I mean like
A career.
career, because you know, Father Time is always a winner.
How old are you now, Con?
28. Literally turned 28
I thought you were only
Thursday.
about 26.
Yeah.
You're still young.
Yeah,
Still
28.
really
So
young.
what bench has got going on post-fighting, which you're setting up now?
Right now, to be honest, I'm just investing money into stuff. I'm just trying to be smart. Obviously, like I said, I literally come from nothing. So I never ever want to go back to the place that I was in. So right now I'm just kind of like looking at things to invest my money into. Long term, right now I don't know. I always thought I'd always have a gym. But then I'm like, there's a little bit of me now where I'm like, I've literally spent my life
A lot goes
in a
into
gym
it as well,
you know
isn't
what I
it?
mean? Like, you see Jason in here,
Yeah.
he's in here in the morning, all the way through, and I'm just like,
I think there's a lot of romanticism attached with people having their own gyms a lot, and then you know, if you did have a conversation with someone who runs a successful gym like this, I think it takes a particular type of person as well.
Yeah, definitely.
You've got to be astute in more ways than like, you know, your knowledge of martial arts.
yeah,
So
of course.
yeah, I
and
think
like,
it is something that to be like.
yeah,
cautious of.
I love teaching. I actually love teaching. I love helping people. I actually do enjoy it.
Definitely.
Like, people ask me a question about anything, I'll talk to you for fucking half an
Enthusiasm,
hour.
yeah,
I
of
love
course.
it. But I'm also like, do I want to like chill a bit and enjoy a bit more that I've kind of sacrificed all the years of, you know what I mean?
You
So
never
I
know
don't
what's
know.
going to open up as well over the next
Well,
few years, 'cause
exactly.
you're fully focused on what you're doing now and time, yeah.
I think I'll definitely have like, I think I'm swaying more to like a business, online business, something. Don't know yet. I don't know exactly what, but I think that's what I'll more sway before.
I've always said it's
open.
important for fighters because your lifespan is so short. And again, I always say if you start at 20,
I wouldn't say lifespan
no,
necessarily,
but
but
if you start at 20,
will.
you're pretty much done in your early 30s.
Yeah.
And vice versa. You've got about
Yeah.
10 years in the game at the highest level. But then you've got the second half of your life to live.
Yeah.
And you're basically starting again from scratch.
Yeah.
So again, as you know, the money's coming in, the sponsors are there, you know, things are going good.
It's now I've got to save it now.
That's where you've got to save it. That's where you've got to invest it for post-fighting or whatever you're going to do on that as well. So, I speak to a lot of young fighters, and I'm like, that's good now, but what's next?
Yeah, exactly. Well,
And it's always good to have that in the background. I think there's a few fighters out there at the moment. They're like Conor, that like who's like you, the other Conor.
yeah.
No, going into different ventures. Which
yeah.
is good, and I think it's smart.
Yeah, exactly. Like, my dad's just sold his business, funny enough. But he's very business savvy. So he's like, he's been speaking to me about certain stuff and like whatever else. But it is that, like I said, I don't want to go back to where I was. And you're right, everything's on the up for me now. Signed a new contract, I'm making good money.
But essentially it's that idea of having something to put your energies in post-fighting. Because I know for a fact you'll always train. I don't think you'll ever take that out your life in one form or another. But it's that how you refocus maybe your day-to-day energies in terms of, as Kieran says, yeah.
Yeah, well, like you were saying, like, living the second part of my life. And I don't want to get to the second part of my life and be like, I've got to start again from scratch and I've got nothing left, you know what I mean? So I think I'll definitely set up some sort of business. Like my dad said to me, you want to be making money whilst you're asleep. You know what I mean? So,
or you can just jump on a podcast.
I'll just jump on a podcast,
Did you ever like think of management of other fighters? Could that be something you could potentially...
you know what I actually...
It's all very well walking the path of the arts, but being able to give people direction in terms of like operating in the room, so to speak, and that's as valuable as any other skill, isn't it? Once you've had that experience of knowing what contracts are like and sponsors are like, and then you can apply that as a business model.
Yeah, from gaining all this knowledge. Yeah, definitely. Like, I do think it's an option.
Because you know what a good fighter looks like as well, don't you?
Yeah. And do you know what? I've always liked the idea of having my own show, to be honest. Me and Jay Kinney kind of made like a little side deal of like, in a couple of years after my career, should we look at running an MMA show? And I'd be obviously it's a lot, but I think I'd enjoy that. Yeah, I think that's something I'd actually enjoy doing. Manager, maybe.
Kindex.
There's not getting called Kindex. Do you know what? He's not having Kindex anywhere. Because I've been saying to him, where's my Kindex sponsorship, lad, for years. And he's like, I'm not sponsoring you, lad. So he's not getting any exposure on anything of mine ever.
But you keep saying it on this show right now, it's getting so much exposure.
The bridges have been burnt, haven't they?
What happens with obviously the format that you're in now with the PFL tournament? Once you win that tournament, do you then go into, or is it always tournament based?
No, so before I signed this contract, he gave me the option So the Jakob fight, I signed a 2-year contract. That was my last fight on my contract.
Yeah.
Misread on the contract that you can actually extend for another year if they want to.
This is the experience I'm talking about.
I never misread it. I never misread it.
You never misread it, but they basically turned around and was like, we're extending your contract for another year. But they gave me the option of, do you want to do the tournament again? Or do you want to opt out, is how they worded it, and just fight, on like the showcase fights. But they said, if he loses,
It's going to be hard.
he's getting cut, basically. That was the thing.
True.
They're,
Ruthless,
they're
man.
telling you they want you to go down that basically without telling you.
Essentially,
Yeah. But it was the same in the tournament format. If I'd have lost
Yeah.
in the tournaments, see you later.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So then we was like on and on, because Jason was like, look, maybe see the year out and you'll be in a better negotiation thing. But then it was like, the negotiation thing is dead, because if they want to extend for another year after this year, they can, because it's in the contract. So I was like, look, if I do the tournaments, I'm going to get more exposure than just taking normal fights.
That's it.
It's more money. And I want my belt, to be honest.
100%.
Like a Louis Vuitton belt or...
No, the PFL Europe belt, mate. But you're not going to be allowed to touch when I bring it here, because you're banned.
Get an extra large.
You can look at it, but you can't touch it.
Get an extra large.
Um,
Get my ego in there as well.
It wouldn't fit. You're an extra large lad. Yeah, so I was like, look, I want my belt. I want more exposure, more money, whatever.
Do you?
Don't want a lot.
Don't want a lot, no.
So because I said yes to the tournaments, my manager basically pulled things and was like, look, he wants to stay, but let's get him a new contract, because the contracts for this tournament, they were starting off higher.
Okay, yeah.
They were starting a price anyway, and I said to him, I was like, look, that's less money than what I made in my last fight. I'm not going less than me last fight.
Ridiculous.
So they sent me a new contract,
Fair play.
and it was better money for the first fight, but it didn't work out as any difference for the
In the
next
long
ones.
run.
Yeah. So my manager was like, no. He was like, they either send you a new contract or you let them leave you. So I was like, all right, sound. And it worked. They came back to us and they gave us a well higher contract, one that we actually asked for. Now in this contract, I win this year, I go straight to the World League.
Right, okay.
So that's
That's
the,
what it was, yeah. What comes
that's
after
the thing,
tournament,
it's in my contract. If I win, I'll go on to the World League.
That'll be going to
Fighters there, so you got like...
America, going over to America.
Yeah, going over to America. So whether I'll have to get a golden visa or what, because I'd be getting taxed in America, and then I'll get taxed here, and it wouldn't be worth me fighting.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to either set up as a company or what, but I don't know, or a golden visa maybe, but we'll see. But yeah, long story short, it's in my contract.
Yeah.
Win this, I'll go into the World League.
Nice.
So, but again, more money. World League again is even more money.
Yeah.
Get that belt.
Yeah, get
Same
that belt.
same format
Same
in terms of
format
number
now,
of fights
yeah.
and so on.
Yeah, so there's no league now. There was a league on points and that in the world one, wasn't he? But now it's like the Europe tournaments. 3 fights and you win it. 3 wins and you win the $500,000 now.
So as you go into the Worlds, you win the belt. Do you then have to compete in another tournament, or do they compete in a tournament to get to you?
Yeah, like a
No,
defence.
so when you win the belt, even though Jakob he was classed as the champion from last year, not the defending champion.
Yeah.
So you're not actually, you just win the belt and then it's like, you was the champion of that year.
Oh, okay.
Like winning the Premier League champion for that year type of thing. Yeah.
Now with the PFL, whenever you win a title, you get an automatic extension for 1 year.
Okay.
So if I win the World League, get an automatic extension.
Yeah.
And then obviously if you do the World League again,
Yeah.
and you win again,
Going again, yeah.
there's another extension.
Then you've got like, Universe League. you know.
Yeah,
stuff
well-
like that. And then world domination, isn't it? You know.
Well, I think that's what they're going to try and... I don't know how they're going to do it, but I think they're basically going to do it as like all the tournaments, like Africa, Europe, MENA, all of them are going to be feeders to the World Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And I think eventually they're going to have divisions and
Oh, okay.
division champions and all that, and basically Grand Prix winners can go on to fight the champion at the division. I think anyway, that's just what I've heard.
Just trying to find a unique format, I suppose, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll try and figure it out, haven't you? Somehow.
Remember that film Basketball, where they got like this person fighting that person, and they win there, they go here.
I haven't
and something
seen
there.
it.
So complicated, isn't it? It is. Just two guys fighting.
So, you know, when the fight get paid, that's
Yeah, that's it.
essentially what
Did
you're
you ever
looking
do any
for.
other combat sports like the dirty boxing stuff, the bare knuckle stuff?
No.
It's the YouTube boxing.
No. There's more chance of me boxing than anything else. But no.
Why?
Bare knuckle,
Nah.
make me hands. To be honest, me hands. I remember watching the Mike Perry fight against that, what's his name? Let me bang, bro. Julian something.
Yeah, Julian. Come at me, bro.
Yeah, him.
Come at
Yeah,
me,
let me
bro.
bang, bro. Him.
Yeah.
So I watched that fight,
Hey, buddy.
and obviously Mike Perry also fought MVP.
MVP. My mate MVP.
My mate MVP.
My mate. You've only got one black mate. That's me.
Got Ruben actually. Ruben comes before you.
Yeah, Ruben.
Yeah.
Ruben's like Kieran 2.0. Man, six-pack, tall.
Everything that you're not.
Yeah, yeah. Massive dong.
I was going to say, don't say what you're
Don't
going to say. I knew you'd say
He
something.
is, he's a good-looking bloke.
He's a specimen, lad. He is a specimen.
Good-looking bloke. Rubes might have him.
Yeah, so we fought, and I know they're paying well. Bare knuckle are paying really well. But Mike Perry fought that Julian, and mate, he said at the last round, he didn't even want to hit him because his hands were just screaming at him.
Yeah, not much.
Mate, I broke my hands twice already just off street fighting when I was a kid. And it's so easy. Like, one shot and your hand's gone.
Yeah.
And I just can't be arsed with that. I always say it to me, mate. I'm like, once I retire, you'll never see me fight again.
About power slap.
No. No.
Stupid.
Stupid,
that
mate.
a crack,
Slap
eh?
him, just slap him.
See
someone.
you going for
Stupid,
that,
mate.
Key?
Do power slap.
No.
I'd love to slap the shit out of you, mate.
Oh my lord, get the gloves
Joe,
on,
what's funny,
Key.
right? Joe, what's funny.
Holy
We are
shit.
actually going to have to do a thing here, right?
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to have to do the second take of our sparring here. Have you seen this?
No.
I'll send you it because I've actually got it on video. About 3 years ago,
Fake news.
he must
Fake
have just had, I don't know, he must have had two
Three
of them.
desperados.
Yeah, he must have had two of them or something. Because he walked in the ring and was like, come on then, let's have it. And I was like, serious? I just finished having a private.
Red
and he was
rag
like,
through a dot
oh, let's
with
have
the
it.
ball.
And I went, all right, Sam, get your gloves on. So he got our gloves on. Mate, I jabbed his head off. I only used one hand, right? And you can see in the clip, yeah, he comes at me and I check hook him, boom. And it slaps him across the face. And he's
look at his
fuming.
face.
And he tries flying at me, mate. You see it on the video, you see it in his face. Tries flying at me with this big right hand and I just walk around him.
Oh, I
boom,
definitely need
pop
to
his
see
head
that,
off.
Connor.
Mate, for 3 days, 3 days, Jim was silent. He did not speak to me. He wouldn't look at me. Nothing. He didn't
Ego
speak to me for
shattered.
3 days.
Let's just put it in context.
Kieran.
Right?
I whipped your ass,
Let's
lad.
just put it in context.
With
With
one hand. With one hand.
Let's put it in context. So you said to me earlier,
I've got the clip. I've got the clip.
I'm not the last guy out of a Czech cook. Mate, I ate it, cooked it up, had it for breakfast and kept coming forward, mate.
Say that again. Say it again. I had what? When was this? What?
You said to me, oh, you know, you've had 6 KOs.
Me?
Yeah.
So this was
And then, wait,
3 years ago.
6 KOs and stuff like that. You're not the last guy out of a little Czech cook. I remember it's on your YouTube. Like, boom, yes. You know, running around the cage and like a little boy and stuff like that. Hit me with that, mate. I just ate it.
Lad,
Chopped it
no,
up,
no, 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 no.
Chopped it up. walked
No, no,
home.
no. No, see, this is what right.
So you got it. You wanted that look.
No, see,
How
this
many you had?
see, this is. I had a few last night actually. This is the thing, yeah. You've got to remember this, Key. I was still being nice with you.
Yeah, he's playing with your man.
I was playing with you.
My side.
With one hand.
It's not fucking my
How
side.
many
With one
fights
hand.
have you had? You had a few in the past, haven't you?
No, Joe, MMA fights. Right?
within the
He had
realm of
MMA
reason,
fights in the
Kieran.
ring. Have you seen his MMA fights on
No,
YouTube?
no.
He had an
Are
MMA
they on
fight, right?
YouTube?
He goes in,
have to get on
shorts, little DC body, with his little gloves on. Kid who he was
DC
Why
fighting,
are you body shaming me right now?
kid who he was fighting had shinnies on and everything. Right?
Hey,
The
God.
kid came in for a spar, mate, and he was like, nah, we're having a fight. It's not even on Tapology, is it?
No.
The fight's not even on Tapology. And he literally takes this kid down and just sits in side control, looking around like that, giving him the odd shot here and there. That was his MMA career. Fighting kids with shinies on.
That was it, mate. I'm
He was bare shin as well.
I am a nice cuddler. That's what I do.
Veteran, MMA veteran.
We would know, right? Just say me and you was in prison together, right?
No.
And I was at the top bunk and you came in. I'll be getting my pocket out like that.
Oh,
all around the yard. God, fuck you in the ass.
Oh, dear me.
That's what I would do. All day long. Pin you down. You could do
Right,
that.
what we're going to do is a little like add on a secondary part where you come in on Saturday morning, start messing around to the kids and get in on MMA class.
I say not on TV.
Lad,
Messing about with the kids.
whenever you want. He comes in, I come in for sparring every
Coaching.
Saturday and he goes, "Are you ready? Got my gloves today."
Every week, I
Every
hear.
week. Not once he gets on the mat.
No, because the other better people might hurt me.
You don't need to spar with anybody else. You just spar for me. You just come in for me.
Just coming for you. Okay. We will have this.
Five
one day.
halves.
We'll film it.
Five
Put it
halves
on
in here.
The knowledge. The Knuckles and Knowledge podcast. You know, on that YouTube.
I think we should do it. I think we should put a little clip of the old one.
No, we shouldn't put that.
And then put them in comparison as well. Because this time I'm going to use both hands and both legs.
Ooh,
Can we use takedowns as well?
Yeah, you can take me down if you want.
try.
If I want.
Lad, you didn't take me down in your fucking Iron Man.
You ran away. I was so tired, like literally chasing you around. And I was like, "Come on, Connor." Then your coach.
No,
says-
you tried to double leg me and
then
failed.
and then your coach was like, "No, Connor, you might get hurt."
Because I was fighting
You
the
might
week
get hurt.
after.
Oh, your coach came and
No,
saved
you tried to double leg me and you failed.
you. Your coach came and saved you.
You tried to double leg me and you failed.
And
didn't
you
you?
was hyping up. You said to me, and I remember this very clearly. You go, "Oh, I can't wait for your MMA game because when you get in there, you're gonna be so tired." I was like, "No, I'm not, lad. You know, don't let this.
No,
aesthetic
put me
fool you.
gloves on.
Don't let this aesthetic fool you, mate.
No, put me gloves
There's
on.
a little bit of cardio in there.
That was right.
And I saved it all for you.
Yeah, you're explosive. You are explosive. I'll give you that. You got the black gene. You're explosive. Yeah.
That's the only thing I've got.
But that's all you've got.
Give you that.
You wouldn't take me down in a round. In an MMA round of striking, you wouldn't take me down. Let's make a
He'd be
bet on
like
it.
that German fella with the blonde hair, holding on to your leg.
Yeah.
See that? He's like, he's got hold of an ankle, hasn't he? He's
Dragging him along the
trying to run
floor,
away
trying
from
to take
him.
him down.
So what if I do?
What's the thing you do? You'll have to do something with it, won't you?
Yeah. That's what I normally do.
Well, there we go then.
Do.
We can have a little.
I guarantee I'll crack you with a body shot before you even get that close.
Yeah, I like my body. I don't like body shots.
I know you don't.
They hurt.
So when are you going away, Connor?
The 18th, so not this Wednesday, next. Yeah, Marbella. Little Chris got a villa over there.
Chris, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Chris got a villa
nice.
over there.
Yeah.
5 days, I'm back on the Monday. And then it's just
Back at it.
back at it.
But anyway, let's wrap this one up because
Yeah.
we've been going way too much.
Yeah.
You have.
It's you, mate. You and them bevies.
Well, just to say
We
thanks.
need a sober Kieran next time,
yeah.
don't we?
So want to thank Connor for his time today. You know.
Thanks for having me, mate.
Yeah.
Obviously JP and Dan for their time as well,
And
and Will and Micah, you know, for the production backstage there. So thanks very much.
yeah, thank you.
Cue outro.